day so loud out here I can't hear a thing. Man, the fans are going wild. And these drivers came to rock, and no place else but Fox knows how to do it NASCAR style. Boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys. Hey now, here we go, race day. Don't you be going slow. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it to the top, can't take no more than hair. Set the flag, game down, be here for the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. Set the flag, game down, be here for the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly screaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in
Hello everyone, we're here today at Okayama for race number 3 of the Pro Mazda series. We're going to take a quick look at our grid here for today's race. Eric Keeter, actually Wolfgang Hoffman will get the pole. Eric Keeter on second, about 14 thousandths of a second separating those two drivers from each other. Hayden Lowell third, Eric Coupling in fourth, and Andrew Cudi fifth, round out top 5. Tomasi 6, and we're gonna flash the rest of our grid on the bottom. So it's our first ever road course race in the series, so we'll see how it goes. So far, Wolfgang Hoffman looks to be the favorite as he's led practice and qualifying. So here we go. Field is coming to the green. And green flag is out. They're gonna race down into turn number 1. Mr. 2x2 as I think Hayden Lowell got in front of Eric Keeter, gone into turn number 2 here. Looks like they make it through cleanly so far. Yes, they do. Go back up to the race lead. Hayden Lowell challenging Wolfgang Hoffman for the race lead. Andrew Cudi gets by Eric Keeter up ahead. We might have a spin as we have a 2-car wreck. Brendan Taylor and William Layton get together. But these guys get back going as Hayden Lowell back out in front. Wolfgang Hoffman second, Andrew Cudi third, Eric Keeter fourth, Keplinger as they all go down to the bottom. As we have a car in the back that spun. That's James Jungerman, I believe. He gets it back on. Is there? Ooh, almost. Oh, Andrew Cudi goes wide. And let's go out Eric Keeter. They get through as here comes Hayden Lowell on the outside. Wolfgang Hoffman in the turn 2 little bumpy section there. It's gonna kind of mess a few cars up as that really get you sideways. I think Matt Marone might have had a problem in that section of the course. Here comes Eric Keeter to the inside of Andrew Cudi as they almost made some contact there. They're side by side. Here comes Tomasi to the inside. Keplinger gets a huge run on the exit. Eric Keeter blinking a little bit, trying to make his move on Hayden Lowell down the front straightaway. These drivers will have to pit one time for fuel. It'll be interesting to see if these guys elect to take tires or not. A little bit of blocking there. Andrew Cudi, I believe. No, it's Thomas E. Fisher. No, actually, that is Andrew Cudi for at 4th place position. Back here, Tomasi kind of lost a little bit of spots there. Oh, we have a car way off. That is Thomas E. Fisher. Take a quick replay, but I think he might have hit a bump there. Yeah, he hit the bumps and got really loose and to the grass, but he is back going. Wolfgang Hoffman getting challenged by Hayden Lowell behind him. I think Wolfgang went to the grass. Here comes Hayden to the inside, or the right side. Down in the last corner. Oh, they make contact, and Hayden around into the wall. Has to get it back going, not lose too many positions. He does, but that's going to be a really tough time getting back up to the front. He can actually have some, yeah, he does have wheel damage, and he hits the wall again and flips over. Flipping down the front. Just sucks for him. He was in 2nd place, and now he has to reset and get back up the front possibly if he can. I think we had another car go off possibly. I think it was Matt Marone that went off. Remember, but Wolfgang Hoffman, Eric Keeter, Andrew Cudi, your top 3 for now. It'll kind of separate a little bit after the first 5 laps of this race. A little in the pits. Faster Perez. Oh, we have some blocking in the back. That might have been Thomas E. Fisher blocked. No, actually it was Mason Thompson getting blocked by Brendan Taimon for 6th place. But here comes and he might try and make a move on Brandon here. Ooh, he looked there, but just not enough of a run to get by. Go up to Andrew Cudi and Eric Keeter. Keeter in 2nd right now. Hasn't had the best races in the past, 2 of them. He got 3rd in Charlotte. Texas, he wasn't that great. He got wrecked on the last lap with Looking Hoffman. But 6 laps completed so far. You'll have to pit by at least lap 15. Since we have only about a few gallons in these tanks. About 1.9 if I do believe. Kepler go through, Tyler Tomasi behind him. You have Thomas E. Fisher looking to the inside, and he does get by Mason Thompson. And a little slow in the pits right now, and getting towed, but here comes Looking Hoffman with the ultimate corner. Just going on some lap traffic, I believe that's Brandon Taylor. As lap traffic will go to the right side and let Wolfgang by. Last time by, Heater was 4 tenths quicker than Wolfgang, so we might see a battle for the race lead. Coming up here, but here comes Tom C. Fisher, gonna try to take back some positions he lost in his lap 2. No, it was lap 3 actually. He went off track in this right corner right there, turn 2. Moving to the inside, almost got him there. He almost hit him actually. He off the curb. He's looking to the inside, turn 4. Not gonna have enough momentum to get up there. Brendan is not getting a good exit. Here comes Thomas to the inside. Brendan holds strong on the outside. Gonna get a good run going into the penultimate corner. And Thomas will clear him as we have lap traffic. Brandon had to avoid that lap traffic and got into the 34 of Thomas E. Fisher. And I don't think he has too bad of damage, but definitely could hurt him in the long run. Can't really see the damage from those views, I don't think. But Eric Keaton and Wolfgang Hoffman have really pulled away from the rest of the field. You know, the only people in the 49s right now. Tyler Tomasi getting hunted down by Thomas E. Fisher as Tyler lets him by. So, kind of lets Thomas E. Fisher by pretty easily as I think that's a lap car. Who is that? Oh, that's a 99 or 999. As someone almost hit him there. I don't know who that was. I believe Mason. Yeah, Mason Thompson almost hit him there. That could have been really bad. Because he looks like he has some wheel damage actually. 999 car. But gonna go back up to the front. Eric Keeter chasing down Wolfgang Hoffman. Almost 10 laps into this race right now. Now the gap is about 7 tenths coming off the final corner. And then we'll back out on track. He's going to be 2 laps down, but if a caution does come out, he's going to get one of those laps back. So, he does get lucky enough, there will be a caution. But right now, looking pretty smooth, but Heater closing the gap. It's about 5 tenths now. Really gets him in that section right there. Right, before on the backstretch, I would say. Into turn 4, the 180-degree uphill kind of corner. And we have another 180-degree corner. Then go on board actually with Eric Heater. He lost a lot of time on that last corner, almost 4 tenths to the car coming out the pits. Don't know exactly what this is, but I believe that might be Tyler Tomasi taking that very early. Yeah, it is Tyler Tomasi. He was in the pits and before he was in the pit stop. But TV did take tires. Did not take tires actually. So Tyler Tomasi elected not to take tires at his pit stop. He is trying to get up to Wolfgang Hoffman. He's not really able to get there in that sector. gearbox of Wolfgang Hoffman. See there, Heater just lurking in the background. If Wolfgang makes a mistake, Heater's there to pounce, but Andrew Cootie has fallen way off pace. Actually, he was 2/10 quicker than the 2 leaders last time by, but he's fallen off pace. As I believe Mason Thompson in the pits. We guys see our pit stops here. Matt Marone, I think he might have been in the pits last time. Actually, he wasn't. Pit stops are going to be happening pretty soon. So we'll see if anyone comes down as Eric Heater comes down this time by. About right at the halfway point of this race. So Eric Heater, second place competitor, and this time Andrew Cootie stays out, Eric Keplinger stays out, Thomas E. Fisher stays out, Brandon Timon, see if he pits here. If he doesn't, you do have to enter pit road on the little back stretch thing, kind of before the penultimate corner, but it doesn't look like anyone else is pitting this lap. Pau Tomasi, I believe, has did this session possibly. Oops. I think Tyler Tomasi may have exited the session. He might have gotten a penalty possibly. I think he actually did. But Eric Heater exiting pit lane 7th place. He only took a little bit amount of fuel. His stop was only about 0.5 seconds. So look, stop and go. I feel like for him on fuel. But Andrew Cootie not paying, Keplinger not paying, and Thomas E. Fisher not paying. Let's see. I think someone else pitted. Believe he hasn't hit a little already pitted. Mason Thompson, 2 laps down. He might have had to go. Yeah, he had a very long pit stop for him. He might have had a penalty speeding possibly down pit lane. These cars do have a pit limiter, but it's on the entry of the pits. That could really mess you. Oh, so Wolfgang Hoffman has damage, and I think he might have wrecked it as we go to instant replays. He had contact with a lap car. Brandon, I think it was Brandon Taylor. Wolfgang Hoffman going by, and Brandon just whap right in the back of him. And that's going to lose Wolfgang a ton of time. That may allow Eric Heater to jump up in front of him as Heater right now. As these guys will have to pit this time by, I believe. But Heater, will he jump Wolfgang Hoffman on pit lane? Wolfgang in the pits, getting his fast repair. Here comes Eric Heater though, down the front straightaway. Wolfgang Hoffman, not on pit road yet. No, Wolfgang Hoffman just getting on pit road. Eric Heater has jumped Wolfgang Hoffman in the pits. Thomas E. Fisher has also really caught up to Wolfgang Hoffman. James looking past this lap car here. As Andrew Cootie down pit lane, Keplinger down pit lane. Brendan Timon, let's see if he pits this time by, which I believe he will and has to. Keplinger pits, let's see, will he pit this time by? And he doesn't pit this time by. So he can go a little bit longer than these leaders. Not sure how, but from what I've seen, you can only go about 15 laps, and he's going to go about 16 here. So 10 laps to go right now. Heater, as actually, Brendan not pit yet. Brendan not pit yet. But Andrew Cootie jumps Wolfgang Hoffman down to 3rd place. But will Cootie be able to defend from Wolfgang Hoffman? Here in the closing laps is James Jungerman in 7th. Thomas E. Fisher jumps Eric Keplinger. So as the pit cycles have happened, as the only person left to pit is Brandon Timon. He has let here by, but he is paying this time as Andrew Cootie holding off Wolfgang Hoffman in the meantime. Coming to 9 laps to go this time by. Now we have 7 cars in the lead lap. James actually hasn't pitted either yet, so he'll have to pit this time by. As it seems like a lot of people got speeding penalties. Brandon Taylor down pit lane. A lot of guys seem to have some guys pit stops are upwards of 1 minute long. Down pit lane, time on 2. Go back to the battle for second. Andrew Cootie, Wolfgang Hoffman. Comes Wolfgang into turn number 4. He dives it down in there. Cootie defending well. It's a good exit in turn 4, but he's got the inside lane. Wolfgang gonna look for the crossover. Not gonna be able to as Cootie pinches him off the exit, and Cootie gets a really good run down into the penultimate corner. Now into the final corner. Here comes Wolfgang Hoffman. Oh, he gets in the back bumper of Cootie. The round they go to 2 second and third place drivers. It's Thomas E. Fisher. Cootie gets it back going as Keplinger up to third now. Wolfgang Hoffman drops on the 4th as Cootie drops on the 5th, and he has a lot of damage, and that could really affect his car as burning time on in 6th. So he's a little ways back, so Cootie could maybe pit and take his faster for here. And we're Wolfgang Hoffman, but I don't really know what happened when they just made contact. Wolfgang just tried to go to the inside of him. Like, that was the what Wolfgang Hoffman was seeing here. It looks like he just, I don't know. Looks like he didn't really expect Cootie to truck up that much, maybe? I don't think he was looking to pass him. But Cootie kind of, I don't know. If Wolfgang was trying to pass him, that was a pretty late move, especially in the middle of the apex. But he kind of turned a little bit later than Wolfgang, and they were kind of stuck inside of each other. I don't know why, but not racing. Physics says, "Oh, we have a car as that's where I was James, and yeah, it was. He's in 7th place right now. Malachi Drake in 8th." 1 lap down. Gotta try to chase on James Benjamin. He's a little bit further away, about 10 seconds behind. But Eric Keplinger side by side with Wolfgang Hoffman. Wolfgang gets the 3rd place position. As Cootie, these guys are staying out with their damage. Front move, I don't feel like didn't really gain anything from going into the pits. He would actually lose a few positions as Brendan Timon isn't too far behind. He's 40 seconds behind, but a pit road stop could really pull that run, as most of these guys took about 30-40 seconds in the pits. Take a whole pit stop, but obviously it would just be a faster pit. Still, a long time in the pits. Don't want to get hopping in 3rd. Keplinger challenge him for 3rd place. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it. Wolfgang Hoffman has easily been one of the fastest guys here. But Eric Keeter has a huge lead over Thomas E. Fisher, almost 10 seconds, about the whole front straightaway. You're entering turn 1. Thomas is almost halfway down the straightaway. Are entering back in those Hayden Lowell, I believe. Yeah, it is. Just a lot of bad days for people as they were doing pretty good and had contact with. Oh, we have a car off. That's Brendan Timon, I think. Oh, he was so close to hitting that. Is that a wall? I think. I don't know, wall or like cushioning type thing. But let's see his point of view of this. He just goes. He brushed up against the wall, but it doesn't look like he has too bad of damage. But he's still in 6th place. But James Benjamin right behind is gonna try to maybe attack him here in these closing laps. As, oh, we have a lap car. Ooh, almost contact with Brandon Benjamin closing in. About 1 second between him, 34 machine. 4 laps to go right now. Keeter found a few corners, but we're gonna go focus on our battle for 6th place. As James gets a pretty good exit, but then defends pretty well. Oh, he gets in the grass, sideways. Oh, they make contact, and the 2 of them go around. As they have to get back going here. As here comes Malachi Drake. Gonna get up to that 6th place position, I'm guessing. The two make contact. Oh, the back of Brandon will probably have to pit here. He's actually not pitting. I don't know why. A lot of wheel damage. I don't think he can make it through. James does pit here. Brandon staying out. I don't feel like he can really stay out with all that damage. Yeah, there he goes. Ooh, into the side wall, and he's gonna have to that probably. I don't think he can make it around with all that damage, especially with the leaders coming by. But Eric Keeter gap has kind of closed, 8.5 seconds, and I'm on crab walking it, as they would call to the pits, as James Benjamin the pits. I think he might be taking tires. Yeah, he is. Brandon time on. Oh, as we have a wreck, and that's Willem Clayton. Oh, he's right in front of lap cars. Oh, they make contact, and he goes Wilhelm. Wilhelm gets back onto the racing surface as I'm still making it to the pits, but right now, Eric Keeter, your leader, coming to the white flag this time by. 6 seconds is the gap. Thomas has been closing it pretty fast here. Hopping about 13 seconds back from Eric Keeter. Eric Keeter is still 7 tenths back. He could still make a move, maybe get up there, but I don't think he has enough of a run. Andrew Cudi in 5th right now. Malkajic and oh, we have a car wrecked again. That was a 999 as we're in time on down pit lane finally. As he would have pit a lap earlier, he wouldn't have lost so many positions. But Eric Keeter coming through the penultimate corner, and now through the final corner. Wait, no, lap car is whoa. What the heck? Has Eric Keeter gonna win here today at Okayama? Thomas E. Fisher behind. Gonna finish P2. Wolfgang Hoppen coming off the final corner. Gonna finish 3rd. Eric Keplinger 4th. Andrew Cudi in 5th. Yes, he will as he crosses the line. Okay, Drake crossing line in 6th. The car flipped over on turn 1. Whatever. Turn 1. All these other lap cars to the checkered flag. Eric here will probably do his burnouts on the front straight away, as his team, I guess, teammate or his own driver, as he is the owner, James Benjamin, he'll be finishing P8 as Eric Keplinger behind him. Also, so gonna be burning it down on the front straight away in Okayama, Japan. What the heck just happened? Some lap car came out of the pits and flip over the leader, but Eric Keeter, your winner, nevertheless. We'll be right back for the top 4 interviews. Hello everyone, we are back here at Okayama for a top 3 interview. I'm going to be interviewing our winner, Eric Keeter. Eric, you got a copy? Eric, you there?
Yeah.
So you get it done from starting second place. You were catching Wolfgang before the pit stop. Obviously his wreck kind of helped, but what was your plan if that wreck didn't happen? If with your pit stop there?
I was just I knew I was a little bit faster during the race. Uh, so I was just trying to buy my time, and I knew there were other guys that were up there as well because I made a bit of a mistake on the start. But I was able to get by them, whether I passed them or they spun out, or I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But I was running in second, and I was just trying to keep a decent distance from Wolfgang, and I wasn't really sure what the fuel situation was. I wasn't sure what lap I was going to need to pit in order to just barely make it. So I went a little bit later than I probably could have, maybe a lap or two. Because my plan originally, if Wolfgang was going to be up there right with me, I was going to take less fuel and pit early so I could have a little bit less time on the stop and then be a little bit lighter there at the end, and so get a little bit more lap time if it did come down to that. But I'm not exactly sure how he got back that far, but I guess you said he wrecked or something like that, so that's unfortunate for him. It would have been nice to battle, but I was able to relax a little bit there at the end. I was taking it to turn 2 especially easy, because that turn was pretty treacherous the entire race. If you got into it wrong, you're going around pretty easily. But I did have some trouble getting around the wreckers. I got around the racers pretty good, but the wreckers gave me some issues, so that's unfortunate. But other than that, we ran a good race. Hopefully, the rest of the road course races can go that way, and we can have some luck on our side for the rest of the ovals, and we can have a good season 10. But that was a fun race, and I know Thomas was catching me there at the end, so I'm glad that this race wasn't a bit longer.
And you want to like thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, I want to thank all the racers who came out, and I don't want to thank any of the wreckers that came out. That's all.
Okay. So congrats on the win, and we'll see you Friday.
Yep, see you then.
Truck Series. That was Eric Keeter. He led 10 laps today. Second place driver. Thomas E. Fisher in the 59. Sorry, the 10th place. I think he had an issue in qualifying. DQ'd him, but I think we had the fast lap of the race. Green Hoffman did. Thomas almost. Oh man, the fast lap of the race was close too. But gonna interview him. Actually, we'll interview our third place finisher, Wolfgang Hoffman. Hello, Wolfgang, you got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
You end up third after leading the most laps there. Obviously the record between you and Brandon Taylor just really killed your chances of battling for the win. What did you see from your mirror there? Because the record kind of having idea, but what do you see in your mirror there that happened?
Well, I saw I was getting about a second and a half lead, and then in a few laps he was charging back like 7/10, and I thought, okay, so time to turn the wick back up a little bit, and I was keeping pace with him. I was out front, and my teammate Brandon Taylor, he was very nice to let me through, and but I don't know what happened there. It's like he missed his braking point massively, and sadly rammed into the back of me, and probably lost me the win.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. This is the second time I've been screwed by my teammates this season, but thankfully he apologized for it, and I definitely accept the apology. Mistakes happen, but damn man, that mistake hurt me bad.
Yeah, it would have been a really good finish there for the lead at least. Continuing here, anyone to like thank for tonight's win? Second.
Actually,
third.
I have one more thing I'd like to say
Okay.
before I thank. Congratulations to, or actually a few more things. Congratulations to Eric Heater on first. He drove a great race and probably might have caught me by the end there had things played out the way they should have. Thomas was catching really fast. It would have been such a close battle for the win, man. And congratulations to him on second as well. He drove a great race. And I'm really sorry for hitting Andrew there. That was when I was so angry over being hit, and I got desperate to get past him. I'm sorry for hitting him there and kind of ruined his race a little bit. So apologies. But I would like to thank the league organizers for making this whole thing happen. I'd like to thank you for doing good commentary on these races. I'd like to thank the competitors for making this such a challenging league. And yeah, hopefully I'll come back even stronger for any.
Yeah, so that's on your third finish.
Yeah, thanks.
Happened in 5, so looks like a little bit he's unmuted now, so we can go interview him. Promise you got a copy. Thomas, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you end up second place after starting 10th and making your way through the field. You had an incident, I think it was on lap 3. You went a little bit wide in turn 2. So what do you see from your helmet there making your way through the field?
Well, the funny thing is that I was having a really good race. I mean, well, relatively speaking, I started from 10th because I got mugged off by qualifying scrutiny. And then yeah, I mean, it's fair enough. It happens. Yeah, and then I was just charging my way through the field. I was quite fuming after what happened on lap 3 because actually I had a technical glitch where my car went from 4th gear to 1st gear, which is why I went wide because obviously the rear's locked up and there was nothing I could do about it. But then from then on, it was just a case of keeping my head down and really pushing.
Yeah, and you end up second, so a very good result for you. Anyone you can thank for this finish?
I mean, honestly, I kind of have to thank Wolfgang for taking himself and Andrew out, because if not, I probably would have come off the podium. Actually, maybe not. I probably would have come on the podium though, because I had such pace. But yeah, I mean, I have to say the setup for tonight was really suited my car and my driving style. So I mean, after a little while, it happens.
Yeah, so congrats on your second place finish at Okayama.
Thank you.
Thomas Fisher. Fine. So we're gonna take a quick recap of your results. Eric Keeter obviously winning, Thomas E. Fisher second, King Hoffman third, Eric Kiplinger fourth, Andrew Cootie fifth, Malachi Jake sixth, Aiden Lowell seventh, James Jones eighth, Brendan Timon ninth, Matt Marone on at our top 10. Rest of your grid, I believe only 6 or 5 cars out there. Which only 5 actually, 5 cars finished the lap. Best lap, Wolfgang Hoffman, 49.62. 4 lead changes in the race. Overall, pretty fun race at Okayama. Surprised it wasn't a turn 1 lap 1 wreck. You guys were really bunched up and saw a lot of drama and a lot of fun here at Okayama. Wolfgang Hoffman taken out by his teammate. I've really hoped Teeter there to pull away and secure the win. So we'll see you guys Friday for the race at Lanier, about I think 150 laps. Should be a fun one. The old trucks very loose and very close, so